everyone. Happy Monday. Is it going to be a beautiful Monday? I don't know. Depends on how you got your day planned and what kind of news we get from the crypto markets, isn't it? Tends to be, you know, I always say, I don't live my emotions by the candle color. Otherwise, this past year or two might not be quite as fun as it was. But it is interesting to see the different things going on in the broader ecosystem, of course, with the Bitcoin ETF and otherwise going on. So I want to cover a little bit of morning news. It's pretty early my time, and trying to work my voice out a little bit. But let me say hi to the chat real quick, and then we'll get into Bitcoin news and also some Binance stuff going on, which I'll bring up as well. So it's not your traditional PulseChain show. Of course, if you have questions, put them in the chat. Happy to get to them. But we're going to cover a little bit of Bitcoin and otherwise news going on in crypto. We're going to try that for now. UFO to go. Saw you tweeted on Twitter. Appreciate that, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Red Squirrel, always here for the algos. What's up, man? What's happening? He's got his eye on the UFO as well. ETF on the 10th. That's what they say. I know a lot of people have been saying, could come earlier, could come later. Will it get denied? I did a show the other day. It was like a take came out last week. Was at Matrix Port. And Matrix Port people were like, hey, unlikely to get approved. Like, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. Like I said that maybe, you never know. Maybe that's the end of the SEC if it doesn't get approved. Imagine the lawsuits coming from everyone, coming from people who actually have money, not everyone who's broke from crypto the last year, the gradual broke syndrome people, instead of the opposite of sudden wealth syndrome, gradual broke syndrome. There made too many poor people, as their friend Tommy likes to say. Gotta get some institutions finally in, not just what was that trading on the Chicago exchange? Was that I forget. And that was like the top, right? Was that when Richard called the top? Was when it got listed on the CBOE? Is that what it was? Feel free to let me know in the chat there. Let's see. I think you're going to discuss the fee schedule that came out earlier today. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I know they were trying to work on the fees. I didn't know that came out yet. So I will check on that as well. Good morning, Lunacy Boy. Welcome. Chad Donner Swans. He got several pumps in the gym, I imagine. Came here, went for a run, kind of probably climbed a mountain or something. Then he thought, hey, I need to put my brain into a mode that can grow. And he watched a bunch of other shows, and then he came across mine. And then he thought, why not? Let's I like this guy too. That's what I imagine his morning is like from time to time after a few muscle shakes and stuff. What's up, Spike? How's it going? Pretty good. Keep doing what you're doing. Recommendation to cover other ecosystems. No, I don't think I'll be covering other ecosystems and projects. That's not my. I'm a RHMax for a reason, for his ideals, right? But I definitely want to keep my focus on the RH products and the RH ecosystem of things I like more generally. However, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're the OGs too, right? So I think that's okay. So I may be covering Bitcoin stuff and Ethereum and maybe some PulseChain projects, of course, as well. But I don't think I'll definitely collaborate with other channels. I'm okay doing that, but you're not gonna. I don't have no plans to come on here and be the Solana guy and talk about that type of stuff. So, anyways, brain gains. That's what he calls it. I hear you, man. I hear you. What's up, Humberto? Good to see you. We're mooning since the dip. Well, it's once you go down so far, it can only go up. That's what they say. That's what I've heard people say before. But yeah, the Hex conference is going on right now. I think that'll hopefully bring in, that's hours and hours of content. Really cool, ton of content. And that is underrated, honestly. I think you got 6 hours of content each day for 4 days. Just coming out with people talking. I mean, imagine all the clips. I've already clipped one about CBDCs that Crypto Crazy was talking about from Liquid Loans. I'm going to clip the Alex and Dipcatcher conversation. That was a good one yesterday too. I already did the highlights. But there's a ton of stuff. That conference is good for so many different verticals. So not just seeing having live streams and having 1,000 people watching. Anyways, Bitcoin price looks like, I saw also went up a little bit here. This is around the morning time or so. Got a little bit increase, not too much, but hey, it's definitely something that, I don't know, everyone keeps saying this can be the sell the news event. I mean, that is one take. I think everyone wants to be the euphoria that brings the whole world in, but I don't know. I don't buy a lot of Bitcoin these days. However, I think it's interesting to look at just how long we've been in a quote bull market. You can see the 1 year chart. it was like, when's the bull market starting? Well, seems like, last year Bitcoin went up. A lot of other cryptos didn't, but yeah, it seems like one of those things that is kind of subtle, and everyone, especially in the Hex and PulseChain ecosystem, didn't feel it too much because of many layers and factors and complications there. But anyways, Bitcoin Buzz draws new liquidation warnings. ETFs draw liquidation warnings. Open interest speculation. Yeah, didn't the SEC issue some FOMO warning? I saw that too. I want to talk about let's look at the fees too, Bitcoin ETF fees. Somebody mentioned in the chat, the fees were out. Fee structure. Let's see. Grayscale announces 1.5. So VanEck at low. Okay, nice. So is there a place that talks about all of them? Reuters. That's going to be interesting too. So BlackRock set a fee of 0.3%. VanEck is closed 2.5. ARK 2.5. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So we're going to see, yeah, there's definitely going to be some competition around. It looks like a little lower charge of the fees. Then somebody, I saw too, somebody talked about promotional, like 0% fees for the first 6 months. I'm not sure which one was going to do that, but that would be cool actually, if in the first 6 months, first year, whatever, just to get as many people in as possible. I could see that. They like waive fees for the first 6 months or so. That could be interesting. So yeah, it looks like a few of them announced the fee structure and otherwise. So that'll be interesting to see which people buy which ETFs based on their I guess their portfolio manager and stuff, which one maybe they have relationships with or otherwise get deals on, or they just look at the numbers and all that stuff too. I was talking to somebody yesterday that Fox Miller says tweets. All right, Fox, I'm going to mod you, but you got to promise to be good, okay? Give me 1 sec. I mean, I could look up the feed. You can save me some time because I could go look them up, but if you already have the links, that'd be great. 1 sec. You've been around for a while, Fox Modder, and I don't remember you saying anything too crazy, so do not take this as a license to do so. But would appreciate a reference link if you got it there. Boom. You've been knighted, sir. Appreciate your continued support of the channel. So, panic buying. Yeah, it'll be, I'm gonna be excited when prices finally start going up and people start really just being happy again. I don't know what it is. Like, delayed gratification is there for a reason. Compound interest, ninth wonder of the world, right? It's one of those things. Crypto's a waiting game. It always has been. Historically speaking, you buy early and then you either hold through everything for years and years, or you sell at the cycle top, or or you make yield the entire way, or you trade and make, it's covered a million different things on the channel. So check out the Making Money series. It's really good. Just type in RHMax Making Money series, or go to the channel and click on the playlist of Making Money in Crypto series. Excellent. Access Alive was on for the last one. Had a lot of great people on for it. Anyways, fee structure. Let's see. Fox Modder's got it here. Oh no. Can I copy from here? So fun. Let me open the other window again so I can actually copy, because StreamYard doesn't let me copy from there. Come on, StreamYard, enable me to click on links, which actually security. Maybe don't enable me to click on links. That's maybe that's by design. All right, so let me put this up here. Generate news. All right, so fee structure multiples. Why do you provide final fees? BlackRock 0.3%, 0.2%, 12 months of $1 billion. Okay, 0.59%. Galaxy. Okay, 0%. Interesting. Okay, is that the limit up to that amount until they stop for 12 months or that? I'm just guessing here. 0.5%. So okay, there is some 0% promos going on with ARK Invest and 21 shares and otherwise. Valkyrie. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Appreciate that, Fox Modder. That is good to see, good visualization. And again, people, that's what I was going to say. So I have friends who are like, oh, I'm gonna, they're not into crypto. I don't think they're into crypto. And they were talking about retirement by, 40 or 45 or whatever it was. And I was just thinking too, like if nothing, if I weren't deep into these, these other ecosystems, these high risk assets, right? And I was just a regular person who just wanted to retire early, I can imagine there'd be a lot of mindsets of like, oh, well, Bitcoin's got an ETF now. Why not just, put portion of portfolio in that? Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not listen to anything I have to say. I'm just telling a story of like how I was thinking about. I wonder how many people will just be like, hey, I want to retire early. They just approved this Bitcoin ETF. I see Bitcoin goes up a lot over time. Yeah, it goes up and down, but if I have an ETF, I don't have, again, I'm here for freedom. I like hold my own keys and stuff. Most people are not. And if you want to onboard most people, they got to have products like this. That's just the way it is. So as long as we can always choose, I think that's the key point. We can always choose, right? As long as we can always choose to hold our own keys or not, that's all I can ask for. People can choose not to. I do with every other product, every other thing in the world anyways. Some people buy physical gold. Some people buy gold ETFs, all that stuff too. So what's up, Alex Santos? Welcome. Let's see what else around the BTF. So 45. So briefly touches 45. Did it touch 45K on the trading view? Yeah, it did. Yes. That was 65 ETA. Yeah, I'm looking at the daily. Wow. It touched 45, came down just a little bit. Yeah, look at that. Look at that look at that move into the morning here. People are excited. They're excited. A lot of people calling for 100K Bitcoin, $1 million Bitcoin, all this stuff. I just hope the altcoin correlation or lack thereof, hope it works in our favor in our ecosystem, at least too. Oh, you got a chart from Money Gang? Yeah, I'll bring that up too. Appreciate that, Fox Mulder. I wish I could just click links from StreamYard. That's okay. Oh, they got a nice, pretty chart here. Okay. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know how this thing doesn't get approved. I'm gonna, we'll see in a couple days or sooner. Could be hours, literally. It could be 48 hours, could be or less. It could be 12 hours. But I don't know. I think it not getting approved at this point, it'd just be too much. Like you can't enforcement by suing. You can't just do that over and over and over. And then the legitimate institutions that come in here, they got all this stuff together. They did everything they possible. They've filed, refiled, they've amended, they've done all the stuff. And then that, I just can't see the SEC being like, no thanks. Not good. Like it wouldn't even make sense. It would literally be like one of the things that goes and gets challenged. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like it would be the explicit, like, I don't know, abuse of power. I don't know what even to call it. Just, I don't see it not happening. And I think the market's priced it in. The market's pretty smart usually as well. So what happened afterwards? Hard to say. But right now, I don't know about that. So I'll go back to this for a minute, but I saw Binance had some news too. So Binance announced a new chief compliance officer. Didn't CZ, doesn't he have like an appointment soon in the Seattle area, actually? Yeah, so new compliance officer. They're really trying to, it's going to be crazy. Like that's a conspiracy theory, right? Is like that Binance, like the government wants to control Binance, and it could be in the US, but it's all the stuff they were not collecting or not scrutinizing or otherwise, all gets cleaned up, but in a way that's just, hopefully Binance doesn't turn into the next puppet of like Twitter was, right? Like Twitter was, all the reports on Twitter, the Twitter files that came out about it being just this, hey, give us information or do this thing, or, oh, watch out for this thing, wink, wink. But it's kind of like, do what we say type of thing. Yeah, that's going to be, I hope that doesn't turn into, hope this powerful company that's going through, reorganization right now and all that. Hopefully it doesn't turn into just a puppet of the government otherwise. Yeah. So new compliance officer, they're doing some stuff, looks like. Interesting to see when they open back up for the US. Remember when Binance first came out, it was like a kind of a joke, right? It was I mean, not a joke, but it was so new. I remember talking about it. Nobody heard of it. You say Binance, it's like, is that like finance, but with a B? And then BNB came out. It was like, what was it? BNB used to be Ant Shares, I think. So, I've been around since 2016. I think it used to be Ant Shares, and then they converted it. Or no, sorry, that was Neo. Neo used to be Ant Shares, right? When BNB came out, it was like not even $1, it was like a few cents, not even $1, something like that. And then, of course, it went up to hundreds of dollars afterwards. Crazy. So, yeah, Binance, I'm sure we'll see some more stuff this year on Binance. Pretty interesting. So shout out to Money Gang. Money Gang's got some cool content here, posting the different fees and otherwise. So after waiver. Yeah, Grayscale is another thing to watch too, because Barry Shilbert, no longer the head of their. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of pieces moving in crypto right now. Like that's as far as like institutional crypto. That's wow. Burr. That's funny. Yeah, somebody mentioned that in chat. Hodl and Burr. Yeah. That's Fox again. Hodl and Burr. I didn't even pay attention to the tickers. They're really they're trying to take a hold of culture, huh? Burr, Hodl, DeFi. Really? They called one DeFi? You call it an ETF, DeFi. It's literally, isn't that the opposite? So does this bring the 100 million more people in? Does this bring, I don't know. It's hard to be hopeful after you've been beaten down the last year or two and all the stuff we went through in our community. But boy, it's looking interesting. I'll say that. Luckily, I don't have to pay much attention to it because Bitcoin price goes up. I'm not too affected. Hex price goes up. Nice. PulseChain price goes up. Nice. Speaking of those, let's take a quick look. Let's go to gopulse.com. Somebody told me, I don't usually look at the prices, but wow, this is a pleasant surprise. Look at this. Wow. Price went up. Price went up, everyone. Everyone, price went up. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Hex price went up. Wow. Hex price went up. Look at that. Yeah. Wow. Hex price went up. It's not something we get used to very often around here. PulseX even. Wow, look at that. Look at that little green candle. Oh my God, on the daily. Let's make it more impressive. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Price went up. Yay. Nice. Well, again, one day it's not going to be this like, shrugging shoulders. One day, I certainly hope it's going to be like every day it just keeps going up a little bit and then it goes down a little bit and then it goes up even more and it goes down a little bit and then it goes up even like one day. I hope we get back to that. Is today the day? I have no idea, but definitely like to see the volume. Definitely like to see the green candles and people just believing, right? Like that's the thing. It's like, oh, when do people believe enough to buy? Well, we're going to find out when they believe enough to buy. PulseChain up 13%. This is pretty cool too. So new here, claim your PulseChain airdrop. I like that marketing too. I assume this is the faucet. So if we go here, how much is your PulseChain airdrop worth? Oh, okay. Maybe this is looking at your tokens. I'm not sure, but there's also the claim free PLS. So you can claim that too. So 5 million so far claimed for free, so you can transact otherwise. That's really cool. Very underrated. Very underrated for onboarding. Like GoPulse is, if you want to look at PulseChain onboarding stuff, check out my fixing PulseChain talk from yesterday. I try to put a lot of good information there to kind of illustrate the problems, illustrate what is not very good right now. Also talk about what's good. Also talk about people that are doing that are helping and making everything better, like GoPulse and Hex Scout and all the different websites and stuff. That there's just a ton of work to be done. And these little pieces like airdrops and, you know, faucets and all this stuff is each time we can give people a website that does something they like and gets them closer to the ecosystem, that's a win. Like that is the best, that is giving us the best opportunity to win. So doing stuff like this is, it's great. So really appreciate GoPulse, all the stuff they're doing. Love to see the ecosystem up. Yeah, it's awesome. So I'm gonna wrap up here in a minute. If you have any questions, get them in real quick. Yeah, 45K. Scaramucci says it's done 3 days ago. Well, remember when Scaramucci was he press secretary for a week or something like that? Now he's crazy into Bitcoin. He wasn't back then, or he wasn't publicly at least, but he came in, I think in 2021 or so. He came around the top. And, you know, all these people, you know, they're just, you would never like them otherwise, but it's gotta be, there's something to be said for people who get on TV and talk nicely about Bitcoin when so many other people get on TV and don't do that. So gotta give people props there. Even if it's clearly to their own benefit, and clearly we can't trust them, clearly all this stuff. Still gotta like it a little bit when you see people out there. Bitcoin ETF approval odds raised to over 9% of the analysts. All right, well, if it doesn't get approved, suffice to say people are going to be shocked, but it certainly looks like it's pretty good. We got the fee structure, we got everything coming out, I'm sure. So even when it doesn't get approved, doesn't mean it's going to be trading tomorrow. It could take a few weeks. It could be sooner. It could be later, whatever. But I don't know. Maybe April is the time to be interested. Maybe none of this matters until April. Or, you know, assuming this gets approved, doesn't get approved, then, you know, next approval, yeah, that could be interesting too. But I don't know. Sometimes I do want to just fall asleep until April. That's one position. I think a lot of people are just like, you know, none of this stuff matters till you know, the news cycle really kicks off. But when it does, I mean, if you're not ready, boy, if you look at the charts, when Bitcoin went up and down and stuff, we'll look real quick before I wrap up. You know, what were you doing here? Were you doubting Bitcoin? You know, what were you doing here? Were you buying Bitcoin or selling Bitcoin? Like all these different spots. Like what were you doing here? Were you saying it's dead? You know, that kind of thing. So that's the thing. My thing I focus on is being ready, being prepared, being positioned to take advantage. And at least myself, again, everyone do whatever they want to do. I don't give advice here, but I like to be positioned, and hopefully my exposure will be well rewarded for the maddest of gains. So appreciate that. UFO to go. That's all I got for you. Appreciate you all joining me. And I'll be on, I think I'm chatting with the captain tonight. I think that's tonight, about 12 hours from now or so. So yeah, so was it 7:30, around 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 it'll be so I'm doing a morning stream and an evening stream as well today, it looks like. Anyways, Scivive and 5555, hex.com. Save yourself. All right, see you everyone.